Great. All right. We are here. We are live right now. Um, it is. Let's see right here. Let's see right here. All right, we got it. So today's focus is on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and its importance to. One second. Let's hear this. Let's get some audio. Audio. Use the saxophone. Be good. Make sure. All right, that's much better for us. So, where do we go from here? What's the future? What does the future hold for us as a species, as a people? Um, there's no way to separate the two. Okay, there's going to be a lot of people who, unfortunately, are not going to be with the progression of the future. And that's okay. Everybody has their own place. So in this piece of pie, in this puzzle, so I'm speaking for those who are geared towards the future, and being a presence in the future in healthy terms, contributing our global efforts into raising consciousness. And I believe, and I surely will see the progress of that throughout the years. Um, my center, my wellness center, our company will be the will be a sole contributor into that progression as well, with our preventive care measures as well as our mental health advocacy and our life transformational coaching. So that's how we look forward to changing the future one step at a time. I'm doing my due diligence as well, into getting into art, coding, programming, so that I can be a part of that contribution on that other side as well. I would love to definitely meet out with people out there, um, people of color, who are inspired and do want to seek a future with um, being on the next frontier and next industrial revolution, which is artificial intelligence, machine learning. If we do take on these measures, then that will really put us in a position of it will take us to phenomenal heights. It's an unregulated field, and I feel that if it's taken and done the right way, and the algorithms are done the right way, it will help us in a lot of ways. It's certain things that I wish I can share that I have some ideas about, but I want to keep those solely for those who for my team over here as well, because there's a lot of things that we're working on to achieve, which will help us out through artificial intelligence. But I will definitely give some things that are like done out there. We have um, with voice recognition, right? Voice recognition. as well as your own platform and media. Okay, to have a media platform, there's a lot of things to be aware of as well that I would like to share when going further into the years, because um, we're able to, as well as use voice recognition and image altering to make it seem as if someone is actually speaking um, in real time when they're not. You're just changing the structures of their mouth and editing it so the viewer would think that they're actually speaking that. But no, you're actually typing in what they're saying. And, that's an illusion. That's magic right there in a sense. It's like, wow. So, us, depending more on technology has its good and has its bad, because um, if the whole human, everybody believe what they saw just as much as what they see on TV. It's like it's really changing. Hold on a second. I want to make sure this is off. Yeah, it's really changing the credibility, of the online presence. So I feel like it's so important to have a regulated platform. Okay, a trusted and regulated platform. And that's the next move towards wellness, is to having a platform where people actually trust. Okay, that's what you want. You want to gain your viewers' trust, and what better way than through wellness? Because honestly, we have different types of media outlets out there that provide, um, I would say, uh, news or information to people, yet the right person can edit that, edit a video, create something artificially, and send it to viewers, and based off the views, people take that as credible. And that's the thing that we're suffering from right now, is the fact that if so many, we're basing truth off of how many people view something. Fact. All these people saw it, so it must be true, right? And but the thing about it is that what you see online is not something that you see right here physically, and that's something that is really hard, and it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that um, a man has gone through straight memes of, not straight, but has gone towards means of great means of, it's like the Wizard of Oz, and you see the shoe seeing the smoking mirrors, and it's really interesting. I wish I had it with me, but it's really interesting how we're going toward that, because I was actually this song. All right, cool, we back. We are back. So how do we move forward? How do we change? How do we transform ourselves? Thinking into the next future, thinking into to the tomorrow. How do we see ourselves as tomorrow? What's our image? What's our identity? Right? Because yesterday's man is old. Okay, yesterday's man is worn down. Okay, now it's time to evolve. So how are we evolving? Okay, and that's the beautiful thing about this. The beautiful thing about this is that if you paint an image, it will be. prime example. And this is so. This is the amazing thing about about Hollywood, right? And Hollywood is the wood. You know, the tree, the wood. You know, wood is important in Hollywood because the tree, the hollow tree, it's the Kabbalah, right? It's the right. The Hollywoods, right? And there's stars, right? And I'll take you to right. There's stars. See the stars up in the sky, right? All this is important, right? So Hollywood is the tree that when you meditate, right? That's why you have writers. All this is important. This creativity, this translation. It's just like new scripts or new verses, new books, new testaments are being written, rewritten, and edited, and sent onto the screen, and it's being starred to people, you know, through the light, right? And it's that light that's coming to you, and you're transmuting that. You can feel all these sounds are so important, and it takes a lot to create a movie that impacts people, and it's a science behind it too. So I got onto Hollywood for a particular reason, so it'll come to me. I tend to go back and forth, but the thing is that we have a future and a future person. Oh yeah, so the image of us. So this impact, Star Wars is a great example of that. So many movies that people watch. You can say Star Wars or Tony Montana with that guy. I forgot his name. Scarface, or you know, all these images, right? Spider-Man, Marvel, right? People go Wakanda or the Black Panther, right? People are inspired by these humans, living creatures are inspired by these images. These are not just human, you know, these are not dogs. These are not lizards. These are not reptiles. This shows you how far we are from just animals. You know what I mean? But it's just the fact that you treat it like an animal, and in which brings your intellect to you know, it's a certain level, but it's just it has to be clear that you and I are not animals at all. Okay, we're not animals. We're far from animals. Okay, we are something much more powerful, much more potent. Okay, and we have a higher caliber of 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 of, of, of light. Okay, within us, which allows us to um, not just mutate, but also change our genetics. We are capable of changing our genetics, okay? Which is why an example which I went to with the hollows, with the Hollywood and the cinema, and the Kabbalah tree, and the meditation and the light and the energy and the drawing of stars, right? And bringing up stars to perform, so that the audience who are inspired or touched by different stars will take that personality or take that character and absorb that images, and it's more like as a lizard that can change its body based off of this environment, right? And that's something which is amazing that we can do as people, that we can change our feature, given ourselves living cells, and become changed, right? Change the color, be from very, very dark pigmentation to even being very, 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 very pale white pigmentation, right? And knowing that light is the absence of black. Without black, there is no light, right? Without any dark pigmentation, there is no light pigmentation. So in order for there to be a light pigmentation, it should be a dark pigmentation. And that's just an example of, you know, me wanting to be changing my my mind to thinking that I am just like this character who I'm fascinated by, and a change in my life and my thoughts and my process and conforming that and molding that to shape it so that I can possibly take on the gifts and traits of this being who I think in my head I am just as connected to. Um, and that being was just created by another individual, right? Inspired by another individual, and you're just taking on a characteristic of this idol, this image, in which is nothing wrong or nothing great. It just shows how you can think, and you have that free will to even think that and to be it. That's wonderful, okay? Because there's no animal I can see that imitates that, rather than a monkey that wants to imitate a human being, okay? um, or a dog that takes on the personality of a human being, right? The difference between a dog or a monkey and a human being, the difference between these animals and human beings, or a crow and a human being, is the fact that a human being can pronounce the same words or sounds that these animals can do, but these animals cannot produce words like we can. They cannot take each other's sounds and collectively put them together and then say that. You see, they can't do that, but we can, right? Showed you that we have a higher presence here in this realm. And we get into technology and the computer and the smartphone and the Android and the iCloud. So, we're going towards, you know, expressions that are words that are mimicking or imitate natural phenomena. Okay, there are clouds in the sky. There is a cloud which is a memory a database, right? Those two, the clouds are databases. It's a collective of elements put together, right? Put together and distributed throughout the world, right? And these clouds let out let out water molecules as well, um, and these water molecules come down into the Earth's atmosphere to be collected and provide nourishment to the Earth, and then brought back up. Okay, so there's an exchange of information within the cloud, right? Within our atmosphere. Same thing going on between the phone, the physical phone, and the cloud, the imaginary space that you can't really see. But the cloud is a space. You can, if you want to, you can locate the cloud and you can see the physical cloud, okay, the database that collects all that memory that you upload into it to save your phone, your photos, and all of that. And that information is being used to redistribute it, right, to companies, right, or corporation, corpse dead, rather than a cloud being a mind being distributed to other living human beings. It's being distributed to companies, separate from human beings. Human being, living being, and there's a corp, a dead, a company, right? And these two entities, um, um, are form a network, right? They are capable of forming a network. And these networks are families. There's a family over here, there's a network over here. Same imitating thing, okay? So when I was looking and I was researching about Tezcatlipoca, who was a Mayan deity, an Aztec deity, he always walked around with a mirror. And that mirror was a smoky mirror. So it's it's a hallucinating mirror. And the more you look into the mirror, the more your mind can open up into forming images in the mirror that you can reflect on. And whoever was capable of seeing this mirror is seeing into the future, right? And this right here, this reality that we're in, because the thing about it is that we are still within close proximity to the location where these living beings were referencing this entity, this creature, this spirit, right? And this light, this manifestation, and the fact that they have within their hands that smoking mirror, that obsidian stone. I forgot what stone it was made out of, but it was close to obsidian. The fact that People have that in this possession. They went into a temple, all this, and collected all this information, and they imitated this information into what we see as technology. The thing is that we can always grab a grip on technology. All you need is to take, all you need is to, not just only to spread the truth, but bring some, bring and have a different alternative approach to the light, okay? And people do and will receive the light. It's just the wave that they're on, right? Everyone on a different wave, and that's what we should be more concerned with, is what wave people are on, okay? And you take that wave and you send them into the right. You alternate that wave until they are fully maneuvered away from it, and you send them in a direction where they're capable of going. And that's the possibilities of the internet, is that people are attracted to what they like, right? And when they like something, it's expressed by pressing the button I like. So on that part, artificial intelligence, we can't fear it. Just as much as we didn't need to fear the industrial movement with the coal, the iron, with the steel, to the skyscrapers. The sky's unlimited, and I feel like the internet, or not just the internet, but artificial intelligence, machine learning, is that core essential, because I really believe that we are living our past and we're guiding each other towards our future. We've already been in the future. We're just here to show you how we got to the future. Okay? We've learned our falls, right? And slowly we're waking, and not slowly but surely, the ones that are supposed to be in the future are waking up. The ones who are not supposed to be in the future, they're asleep. So don't overstress yourself for not being able to wake certain people up, because we all had a choice and opportunity to come down here, okay, and be a part of the future. We all had a choice to do that, okay? Even the greats of the greats had an opportunity to be a part of the future. And you see that their kids are a part of the future because they're placed in a position where they can be in the future. And it's not the fact that they are not in the limelight or whatsoever. They are in the direction they need to go into, okay? And your wealth is through your seed and your kids. So it's time to bring back the wealth and generational wealth, and learn a balance, learn boundaries, and be achievable, because we got it. And don't be so dismayed by people that may come into your life and challenge you, because everybody is a clear image of who we are capable of being as well. And we all have choices, okay? And so knowing that there's a frequency-based system, and knowing that there's a low frequency and a high frequency, some individuals are very vibrating on a lower frequency and a higher frequency. Okay, where is your role? Where is your lane? Where is your position in that? Okay, how do you see a challenge? Okay, I see a challenge as an opportunity to grow and get better at who I am, so that my generation can be wealthy as well, and so that we can be ahead in this life, in the next life. Okay, so let's paint that beautiful image for our love, for our wealth. Okay, let's paint a beautiful image, and let's create light in this, and we will be challenged. Okay, and the challenge is going to present itself in events or in people as well. Okay, how well do we allow this? How well do we face these challenges? How clever are you? How smart are you? Okay, how intellectual are you? We have the minds to achieve, to face any challenge. It's all mind and mental. And I can tell you one thing, that will continue